Welcome to NIOS Live. Hello learners, in this course we will be learning about various art forms of India. Today we are going to look into the history and appreciation of art from 3000 BC to 600 AD. This is our first lesson of painting course. We will learn about the art form focusing on from 3000 BC to 600 AD. Looking into the history from the Indus Valley civilization, which is from 2500 BC to 750 BCE, to the Mauryan dynasty, Indian art underwent gradual development. The artists of Harappan period demonstrated sophisticated craftsmanship. The Mauryan period marked a significant turning point in the Indian art, exemplified by the highly polished Ashokan pillars, which are considered to be the treasure of Indian heritage. Alongside these refined styles, folk traditions persisted, such as terracotta mother goddess figures. Following the Mauryas, the Shungas maintained artistic production and produced significant works like the great stupa at Sanchi. The Kushanas of Central Asian origin contributed notably to the portrait sculptures. The Gupta period from 4th to 6th century CE, often referred to as the golden age of Indian art, brought refined in human representations seen in the centers like Mathura, Sarnath, Ujjain and Aichitra. Gupta sculpture blended technical mastery with spiritual subtlety, a hallmark of classical Indian aesthetics. This period also saw the flourishing of Ajanta cave paintings and advancements in temple architecture at Udaygiri, Nachna and Bhumara. Thus, the Gupta era stands as a classical epoch in Indian art history. Along with religious art, a significant number of secular sculptures were also produced. The famous Ajanta paintings were created during this period. Besides paintings and sculptures, a major development in art was the emergence of cave and temple architecture. Some of the important sites in this regard are the Udaygiri caves, which are in Madhya Pradesh, as well as Nashna and Bhumra, where the temple architectures began to develop. In a nutshell, it can be said that the Gupta period represents the classical era of Indian art history. After studying this lesson, you will be able to provide a concise overview of the artistic developments from 3000 BCE to 600 CE. You will also be able to list out the key art objects associated with this period and analyze and distinguish the materials, sites, dimensions of the artworks, colors and current locations of these listed objects in the lesson. And you will be able to accurately identify and name the major art objects from the historical time frame, and also the differentiation and describing the defined features and the stylistic characteristics of the identified art objects. This is our first example, which is Dancing Girl. This art piece The Dancing Girl is a remarkable bronze sculpture from Indus Valley civilization, discovered at Mohenjo-daro and dated around 2500 BCE. The small yet iconic figure is widely regarded as one of the finest examples of artistic and technical sophistication achieved by the artisans of one of the world's earliest urban cultures. Standing at approximately 10.5 centimeters, which is 4 inches tall, and the dancing girl exhibits both artistic refinement and metallurgical expertise, particularly in the lost wax casting technique, which is used to produce it. The figure is slender with elongated limbs and sinuous rhythmic posture that conveys a sense of movement and youthful vitality. Several distinctive features highlights the artistic sensitivity of the sculpture. Despite the figure being nude, her left arm is adorned with a series of bangles, reaching almost to the shoulder. This adornment style is notably similar to the ornaments worn by certain tribal communities in modern day Gujarat and Rajasthan, which suggests a possible continuity in cultural expression. The hairstyle is another important aspect. Unlike the elaborate and stylized hairdos seen on the terracotta mother goddess figurines of the same period, this figure wears her hair tied back in a simple bun, giving her an unexpectedly contemporary appearance. Her pose is relaxed yet confident. The right hand rests on her hips while the left hand touches her thigh, suggesting self-assurance and poise. The posture is naturalistic and evocative, reinforcing the impression that the artist understood both anatomy and the gesture. The precision of the casting and the balanced proportions reveal the technical mastery of the Indus Valley metallurgists. Despite its small size, the sculpture possesses a remarkable monumentality, a visual power and presence that makes it seems larger than it is. The effect of implied scale is a hallmark of great sculptural art. What makes the Dancing Girl truly unique is the successful integration of realistic form, stylized elegance, and symbolic vitality. It stands as a testament to the aesthetic sensibilities and craftsmanship of Indus Valley civilization, offering profound insights into its social life, artistic conventions, and technological achievements. Here we take a small break and then get into the next example.
प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी भागे।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। स्वयं बने, हम
Welcome back, learners. We were discussing about dancing girl example. Now let's look into the another example, which is Rampurwa Bull Capital. Like you see in the screen, which robustly stands. This Ashokan pillar was made during the reign of Emperor Ashoka. Inscriptions conveying his edicts and the teachings of Lord Buddha were engraved on pillars, rock surfaces and tablets across Indian subcontinent. These Ashokan pillars have been discovered in various reigns of India, with the notable exceptions of the far south. Each pillar typically consists of three parts: a base, a elongated monolithic shaft, and a capital, which is the decorative topmost section. The capital often features a stylized inverted lotus base, a circular abacus. Abacus is a disc-like element, and one or more animal figures which symbolize various virtues or directional guardians, like example lion, bull, elephant, etc. Among these, the Rampurva bull capital is considered one of the finest examples of Mauryan art. Named after the site Rampurva, which is located in present day Bihar. And this capital is composed of first a bell shaped lotus forming the lower base, a decorated abacus adorned with stylized plant motifs, and a lifelike representation of a majestic bull which is seated on the top. Scholars have noted that the decorative motifs around the abacus, including the palmettes and rosettes, suggest artistic influences from the Persian and post-Greek traditions, which is Achaemenid and Hellenistic, like transmitted via contact routes during the Mauryan period. These motifs are intricately carved with great precision, reflecting both technical skill and aesthetic sophistication. The bull figure, through somewhat simplified example, the area between the legs, which is not fully carved, conveys immense strength, weight, and vitality. The sculptor's success lies in capturing the animal's physical power and dignified presence with a minimalistic yet confident modeling. The juxtaposition of the richly ornamented lotus and abacus with the relatively plain yet powerful bull creates a striking visual contrast. A distinctive feature of this and other Mauryan sculptures is their mirror-like polish, often referred to as the Mauryan polish, which gives the stone a gleaming surface. Scholars have debated its origin, with some suggesting that the technique may have been influenced by Middle Eastern polishing methods, although it was perfected by Indian artisans. The Rampurva bull capital not only exemplifies the technical mastery of Mauryan sculptors, but also reflects the synthesis of indigenous and foreign artistic traditions, making a high point in early Indian monumental art. Now let's see the last and the example, which is from Ajanta, the Black Princess. Ajanta caves, located near the village of Ajanta in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, are among the most significant monuments of ancient Indian art. These 30 caves here, including several unfinished ones, were excavated into a horseshoe shaped cliff along the Vagora river between the 2nd century and 6th century CE. These caves are primarily divided into two categories. One is Chaitya Grihas, which are prayer halls, and other is Viharas, which is monastic residences. The Ajanta paintings were executed in two main phases. One, the Hinayana phase, which is during 2nd century BCE, in which the Buddha was depicted through aniconic symbols such as Bodhi tree, empty throne or footprints. Then comes the Mahayana phase, which is between 5th to 6th century BCE, mainly during the reign of Vakataka king Harisena, where the Buddha and Bodhisattvas were portrayed in human form with elaborate narrative context. Here the painting techniques, contrary to earlier beliefs, instead, Ajanta artists used the tempera techniques where natural pigments were mixed with organic binders such as gum or animal glue and applied over a dry plaster base. Despite the fragility of this technique, the colors have withstood the test of time, retaining a surprising vibrancy. The Black Princess, the painting referred to as the Black Princess, which is considered one of the most exquisite examples of Ajanta murals. Though partially damaged, it showcases the artistic fineness and emotional subtlety that characterize Ajanta's best works. The figure is often identified as a royal woman or a celestial being. Here the celestial being refers to as Apsara or Bodhisattva consort, rendered with a graceful posture featuring a delicate tilt of the head and elegantly contoured facial features with the finely carved almond shaped eyes and soft lips. The lyrical quality of the composition with the gentle curves of the body and subtle bending of the neck imparts a sense of divinity and serenity. The free flowing lines, mastery over the brushwork, and sensitivity to form and emotion demonstrate the extraordinary control of the artist's work. Despite the religious themes, the Ajanta murals reflect a deep humanism. They not only narrate Jataka tales and Buddhist lore but also offer a window into the social life, fashion, and emotional range of the period. The Black Princess epitomizes this fusion of devotion and artistic imagination. The color palette is earthy and subdued, avoiding any harsh or loud tones, enhancing painting's meditative and graceful appeal. With this information, here we end it now. Thank you, learners. Hope you have enjoyed the information and details around history and appreciation of art.